You never see people say like she doesn't deserve this treatment when like they're not attractive. It's always a bad bitch that's just like she doesn't deserve that. Because if she's not a bad bitch, then you start thinking just like, well, there's two sides to every story. Welcome back to another episode of Just What We Needed, another podcast. Look, I'm just coming back from brunch with my friend, just some, real chill, casual type shit. Friend from a long time. And I'm going to tell two stories that I just need some understanding on, right? So listen, I hate to be that person, but I have to say, after after this fucking brunch, some women have it so fucking easy in life. They have it so fucking easy. And I only say this because I went out for brunch with my friend Michaela, right? And so we were just chit chatting, talking it up, blah 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 blah. So the waiter comes by a couple of times. First off, whoever was coming by giving us water really really wanted a tip. Because I would take a sip of water and he'd be right by. He's like, "You need more water?" No, motherfucker, I'm not even halfway through. No, but thank you. No, he's like, "Okay, I'll be back." I'm like, "I'm sure you will." But so we were talking, right? And me just bullshitting because like I've been friend zoned. So I just bullshit in it. It's like because I know I'm there, I just go along with whatever to make myself laugh. And I think I told him I was just like, he said, "All right, you guys ready for those checks?" And I said, "Hey, yeah, I'm ready for the check, but it's gonna be separate because she canceled the wedding. This was my fiance, but she canceled the wedding, so the checks are separate, right? Right. So I say that shit. I'm joking. This is just my friend. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I just want to make myself laugh because I'm drinking, and it's just like, fuck, why not? Just why not fuck around and just make the day interesting for myself. And he was like, hey, yeah, the checks are separate. She canceled the wedding, so she's gonna have to pay for her own shit. Okay. We talking, we laughing it up. We kiki Kiara, you're so funny. You're hilarious. Actually, you're so fucking handsome as well. But we're not gonna like dive deep on that. You're just like ha 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 kiki. So why did he come out and he still put the checks together? I had to do a whole podcast episode because I am confused on as to why he brought the checks out together. Like it was one big bill that was her food and drink, my food and drink. When I said they're separate, hey, this is separate, he still came out and put it together and I almost sobered up immediately. Like, no, bro, I said this is separate. Like, why are you I love my friend. I do. I do. I love my friend to death. And the crazy part is the only reason why I had to make this podcast is because this is not the first time this has happened. I think I mentioned on another podcast before, but when there was a time where me and this same friend, it was in like November, December, or February, because in North Carolina it snows at the most random of times now. We don't get snow in December anymore. It starts like in February, so that's why I'm thinking it's February. Or whenever it was colder out, we had downtown. We had an ice skating rink that came up, and so she said, "Hey, I want to go ice skating. Never been. Let's do it." And I said, "You know what? I'm willing to try something new. All right, cool. Let's go ice skating." She said, again, same friend. She was just like, "Let's go eat something first." I said, "All right, cool." So me and Michaela, we go down to Bourbon Bowl that's downtown, and we have our food, and we have our drinks. We're just I don't even think I was really drinking at that time, but we're having our food, we're chit chatting, chopping it up, okay, blah blah blah. And the waitress comes by and she's just like, okay, you guys ready to pay whatever? I say, yep, we're ready. So she leaves, and then comes back and she gives us the bill together. Now, this time, this was the first time I didn't say, it's separate. So you know what? That's on me, right? That's on me. That's okay. So I told her, hey, the bill is separate. We're just friends. And when I tell y'all, the waitress looked at her, my friend Michaela, the waitress looked at her and did this. She said, bitch, excuse me? Excuse... What? You just put... You saw a male and a female together and just assumed that it was a date, like we've been together forever, for years and some change, and you just dropped the bill on me, talking about some, looking at her and going, yo, some women have it so fucking easy in life to where they just go out with their friends and motherfuckers just assume that they are together and give this stink. I don't even know if I tipped that day. I don't remember if I tipped her that day. With my mindset, I'm going to be honest, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that I tipped her that day because how are you going to give her what if it was a date, right? Let's say that. What if it was a date and the date was just going fucking awful to me? Right? Because you only coming around being like, everything good? You want some water? You want something else off the menu? You want some dessert? What if this was the worst date I have ever been on? Like, what if I'm with Michaela and she's just talking about how bad her ex treated her the entire time? And I'm just like, would you like a drink? And she's just like, yeah, what's top shelf? Like, I think I do want a drink. What's on that top shelf? What's the most expensive drink in here? I think I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. What if this was the worst date ever? What if I'm trying to like explain, I really like you. I think you're really pretty. And every time I say something, she's interrupting me. Well, first off, like, my ex, he thought I was the most beautiful girl in the world. So you're just kind of slagging behind. And I'm being compared to her ex and stuff. What if that was the date? And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not feeling this. I don't think we're right for each other. I feel like you were just here for a meal. And what if she was just like, yeah, I was, because, I ain't nothing in the fridge. So what if all of that was the case and the waitress still looked at her just like, my God, you could do so much better. I just had to say that. I had to get on here. I had to get on here and just ask the question. Like, what if, like, not only what if that was the scenario, but yo, some women have it so fucking easy. And this is not a dig at Michaela. Again, I love Michaela. It's one of my best friends. One of my best friends, and it's not a dig at her at all. It's the people around us that's just like, yo, this nigga does not deserve you. Not knowing a goddamn thing about her, right? They just assume, hey, yo, you ain't right. You got this girl, you got this pretty girl out here, and you not paying for her meal. Fuck her. Fuck that. Fuck you. Like, I just think that's insane. How I could not go so this is the second attempt. What did my first therapist tell me? She was just like, first time is whatever, second time is a coincidence, third time is a pattern. So we're gonna go out somewhere to eat. And if I tell them straight up, hey, this is separate, and they still give me a bill for me and her, I'm gonna throw a fit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna throw a fucking fit. I will probably be there to throw a fucking fit. Because I don't think my friend realizes how easy she fucking has it. I said the bill was separate, and they still put it together. That shit is hilarious to me. Like, hey, are y'all not... It's not even that you're not listening, because I said it loud and clear. Even though I was, like, bullshitting about us being, like... This is my fiance, and she canceled the wedding. If I say that shit is separate, separate that shit. This is why I tell people, like, in a joking manner, I tip, but I look for reasons not to. And that right there is a reason not to tip. I don't care what anyone says. That is completely a reason not to tip. If I tell you one thing and you do the complete opposite, I tipped him. But if I tell you one thing and you do the complete opposite, that is enough reason for me to not tip you at all. Because then he would have been like, oh man, fucking. Because it's a very white establishment. I'm not going to lie. It's very white. If he would have been like, oh man, these black people, they never tip, he would have been damn skippy, but at the same time, I would have been like, you didn't fucking deserve, because you didn't listen to what I said. I said it's separate. And you literally walked in, and 5 minutes, 6 minutes later, came back out and put the bill on me. Like, what the fuck? Ladies, if y'all are out with someone and you not feeling the date and the waiter or waitress still comes out and puts that entire bill on the nigga, just know you are a lucky individual. I feel like if Michaela was not, you know, not like pretty, not like a bad bitch or anything, I feel like the waiter would have been like, yeah, let's go ahead and split that. Let's split that. He's not having a good time. Nah, I feel for you, bro. Like it is what it is. It happens to the best. But I feel like because she was pretty, he was just like, nah, you're gonna pay for that. Sorry, things went where you're gonna pay. Even when I said no. So that's all I want to say. It's a very short episode of just what we needed, another podcast after brunch. That's the full name of the episode. But yes, that is. And I told her it took me back to that time where the waitress looked at her and was like, "Oh my god, she's not paying for your meal? Oh, what the fuck, girl? Do better. Like you can do better. How you know? Matter of fact, let me let this leg up real quick. How do y'all know that she don't deserve better? How do y'all know? Why do y'all think she deserved better? Hmm? What if Michaela was like the worst woman on the planet? Because I've dealt with some shitty women who, of course, at the start were thinking, it's like, yeah, you deserve this, you deserve that, you're so great, you're so wonderful. But then come to realize, no, you actually don't deserve shit. I see why you're single. I see why XYZ. Like, I see this and that. What if she was one of the worst women on earth and you still looking at her like, mm, you deserve so much better than him? What if, like, I'm just hypotheticals. I never in my life want to turn my own podcast into that red pill, blue pill shit, but like, just what if, like, this is actually the worst woman on the planet? This is why I'm so big on, understand people for yourself. I know people can be like, that person, yeah, he no good. Yeah, that person, that nigga owe me money. This person, okay, well, the owe me money, I probably would not let slide, right? You owe a nigga money and you walking around acting like you big and you big and bad and you can afford shit, then I'm gonna listen to that person and be like, all right, yeah, you fucked up. But I like to form opinions for myself, so I don't really go off of. I've never. Let me say this: I've never been the dude to be like, oh, she too pretty to be cheated on. Get the fuck out of here. That's that simp shit, right? That's that real deal simp shit. Sorry if y'all hear my washing machine going off. I just bought some clothes because I'm going to Florida not even next month. It's June 1st. So I'll be going to Florida to visit my friend, and I had to buy some shorts and some short sleeve shirts. But I like to form opinions for myself of people instead of letting others dictate, because what might not work for them may work for you. So that's the type of person I am. But it just goes to show you, like, I don't. This is another reason why I don't do the whole believe all women. No. What if she deserved that treatment? I'm not saying like off rip just jumping to the relationship like abuse and all that shit, because obviously there's no reason. Okay, let me not say no reason. Blah 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 blah. But like, what if she deserves that treatment because she's a bad person? And you just in here like, no, but she's so pretty. You never hear people talk about like, you never see people say like she doesn't deserve this treatment when like they're not attractive. It's always a bad bitch that's just like she doesn't deserve that. Because if she's not a bad bitch, then you start thinking just like, well, there's two sides to every story. I just had to I just had to vent about that shit because that's funny to me. It's like both times we went out, the waiters and waitresses just wanted to treat her to my money. It's crazy to me. Like we're just friends. I think it's insane the assumption of, oh, y'all came here together, oh, he must be paying, y'all must. I can't, I don't know what else to say aside from that's crazy. The fact that the first woman looked at her and was just like, oh my god, this is who you're out with. And then this nigga like completely ignored my request of splitting the bill, just came out and was just like, here you go, it's $52. What if I ain't had $52, nigga? Like, we both would have been sitting there looking fucking stupid. But he was just like, yeah, he can do it. So I told him no. Split. What the? Split that shit up. And give her what she paid for. Give her the receipt for what she paid for. But that's it. Real short episode. I just had to go on that little rant real quick. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all this and all that, and blah, blah, blah. But, ladies, if y'all go out anywhere, like on a date with a male, not a date, because I don't do friend dates. I'm not fucking with friend dates. Friend dates are such bullshit. I feel like if you a man and you go on friend dates, then you got low self-esteem. Because please love yourself more. If a woman tells you that you going on a friend date, my nigga, I need you to love yourself. I don't tolerate that shit at all. Like it's either a date, we gonna see where things go, and if it don't go well, then we can go back to being friends. Okay, cool. But that friend date shit is, you gotta miss me with that. A girl told me we going on a friend date or invite me on a friend date, we ain't speaking for the rest of the month. Gotta make sure of that. I need you to know I'm standing on business. No, nah, I don't. No, but appreciate y'all for watching. I ain't with that shit. Like, subscribe, all that.